Section 1. The isolation phase. Why walking alone is the first step. You're going to walk alone, not because you want to, but because you have to. Every great transformation begins in isolation. The world will not understand you when you decide to rise above mediocrity. They will call you distant, arrogant, or cold. They'll say you've changed. And the truth is, you have. Because the path to greatness has no crowd. It has no cheering audience. It has no comfort. Walking alone is brutal. It strips you of fake friendships, hollow validation, and cheap dopamine. It leaves you with silence. And in that silence, you face yourself. Most people run from that silence. They drown it with distractions, endless scrolling, meaningless conversations, and shallow pleasures. But if you are serious about building a life of power, discipline, and respect, you cannot afford to run. You must confront that silence. You must walk through the fire of solitude, even when it feels unbearable. Walking alone is not punishment. It is preparation. It is the foundation of your empire. Because only when you are alone do you truly see who you are. And only then can you begin the transformation. So if you feel isolated, if you feel abandoned, if you feel misunderstood, good, that is the signal. That is the first step. That is the universe separating you from the noise so you can hear the truth. You are destined for more, but to reach it, you must first walk alone. Section 2. The betrayal of comfort. How society secretly holds you. Back comfort is the silent killer of ambition. It doesn't come at you like a storm. It doesn't scream in your face. It whispers. It lulls you to sleep. It wraps you in warmth while slowly draining the fire from your soul. Society thrives on keeping you comfortable. Think about it. You are constantly offered shortcuts, distractions, and instant gratification. Entertainment at your fingertips. Food delivered in minutes. Validation in the form of likes and comments. Comfort masquerading as happiness. But here's the truth they never tell you. Comfort is betrayal. It betrays your future self. It betrays your potential. It betrays the greatness inside you. The reason most people never rise is not because they're incapable. It's because they're too comfortable being average. The couch feels safer than the gym. Netflix feels easier than discipline. Complaining feels easier than creating. And so society feeds this comfort to you like a drug. Why? Because comfortable people are controllable people. They never break out. They never disrupt. They never challenge the system. But you, if you're listening to this, you are different. You feel the betrayal of comfort deep in your bones. Every time you waste a day, you feel the sting of regret. Every time you procrastinate, you feel the weight of lost potential. That pain is a gift. That pain is proof that you are not like the rest. To walk alone, you must betray comfort before it betrays you. You must deliberately choose struggle, discipline, and sacrifice. You must step into the storm while everyone else hides in the shelter. Because only in discomfort do you grow. Only in discomfort do you evolve. The betrayal of comfort is real. But it is also your opportunity. When you reject it, when you walk away from the trap society sets, you separate yourself from the masses. You declare to the world, I am not here to be average. I am here to conquer. Section 3. Dark psychology of doubters. Why they want you to fail. You will notice something strange when you start to rise. The people around you, the ones who once smiled at you, laughed with you, maybe even claimed to support you, will begin to shift. They won't always attack you directly. No, that would be too obvious. Instead, they'll use subtle weapons, a sarcastic comment, a doubtful glance, a reminder of your past mistakes. They'll plant seeds of hesitation in your mind because deep down, they are terrified of what your success says about their failure. This is dark psychology in action. Understand this. People don't always hate you. They hate what you represent. You are the mirror reflecting their wasted time, their abandoned dreams, their excuses. Your progress threatens their comfort, and so they will do everything they can to pull you back down to their level. Some will mock your discipline. Some will question your goals. Some will act supportive, but secretly pray for your downfall. And when you finally start to distance yourself, they'll call you selfish. They'll call you cold. They'll say you've changed. But the truth is, you've simply stopped feeding their insecurity. You've stopped living in the prison of their expectations. Here is the brutal truth. Most people would rather see you fail than rise above them. Why? Because your success forces them to confront the fact that they could have done more with their lives. That is a wound too painful for most to bear, so they project, they sabotage, they doubt. But if you understand this psychology, you gain power. Instead of feeling crushed by their disbelief, you use it as fuel. Every insult becomes motivation. Every doubt becomes proof that you're on the right path. The doubters are necessary. Without them, there would be no resistance. And without resistance, there would be no strength. So let them whisper. Let them doubt. Let them secretly hope you fail. Because nothing is sweeter than walking alone, enduring the ridicule, and then winning in silence. And when that day comes, their words will haunt them more than they ever haunted you. Section 4. The pain of being misunderstood. Turning loneliness into fuel. There is a unique pain that only a few ever feel. It is not physical. It is not the pain of hunger or exhaustion. It is the pain of being misunderstood. When you choose the path of discipline, when you refuse to settle for mediocrity, people will look at you as if you've lost your mind. They will question why you work late, why you wake up early, why you isolate yourself, why you refuse the easy temptations everyone else indulges in. And no matter how much you try to explain, they won't get it because the vision you carry was never given to them. It was given to you that loneliness cuts deep. You will feel it when you sit alone while others gather to waste time. You will feel it when you sacrifice comfort for progress. You will feel it when no one celebrates your effort because your results are still hidden beneath the surface. And in those moments, doubt will whisper, maybe they're right. Maybe I should stop. Maybe I'm chasing something impossible. But listen carefully. This pain is not weakness. It is fuel. It is the exact suffering that forges greatness. If everyone understood you, you would be ordinary. If everyone supported you, your path would be too easy to matter. The pain of being misunderstood is proof that you are walking a path few have the courage to walk. It is the tax you pay for destiny, so embrace it. When they mock you, when they question you, when they turn their backs on you, smile, because their confusion is your confirmation. Let the loneliness sharpen you. Let it focus you. Let it harden you into someone unshakable. Remember this, no one remembers the crowd. No one remembers the doubters. No one remembers the people who laughed. History remembers the one who endured, the one who carried the burden of loneliness, and the one who emerged victorious in spite of it. So when you feel the pain of being misunderstood, do not run from it. Turn it into fire, turn it into hunger, turn it into the unstoppable drive that will make you unforgettable. Section 5. The warrior. Mindset. Discipline. When no one is watching, success is not built in public. It is built in the shadows, in the quiet hours when no one is clapping, no one is watching, and no one cares. This is where the warrior mindset is born. Discipline when the world is silent. Discipline when there is no recognition, no applause, no reward. Because discipline is not about impressing others, it is about conquering yourself. Most people can be disciplined when eyes are on them. In the gym, when the cameras are rolling. At work, when the boss is near. In life, when there's a chance of being praised. But warriors? Warriors operate differently. Warriors are relentless even in the dark. Warriors train when no one believes. Warriors push forward when no one notices. Warriors do the work not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. The warrior mindset is this: I do not need validation. I do not need witnesses. I do not need recognition. I need victory. And victory is earned in silence. Understand this, your greatest battles are not against other people. They are against your own laziness, your own weakness, your own excuses. The enemy lives inside you. That voice that says, it's okay to rest a little longer. It's okay to skip today. It's okay to settle. That is the enemy, and the warrior crushes that voice. Not once, not twice, but every single day. When no one is watching, you must still rise. When no one is cheering, you must still fight. Because this is the paradox of greatness. What you practice in private will be revealed in public. The discipline no one sees becomes the results no one can ignore. So cultivate the warrior mindset. Every morning you rise before the world does, you gain ground. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you sharpen your edge. Every time you conquer yourself in silence, you prepare to conquer the world in daylight. Remember this, one day, your silence will make the loudest noise. But until then, train, bleed, grind alone. That is the way of the warrior. Section 6. Delayed gratification and power, mastering patience. Like a weapon, there is a reason most people never achieve greatness. They want the reward without the wait. They want the results without the sacrifice. They want the glory now. But power does not belong to the impatient. Power belongs to the one who can wait, the one who can endure, the one who can sacrifice immediate pleasure for long-term victory. This is the law of delayed gratification. It is not glamorous. It is not exciting. It is grueling, because it demands you resist the temptations of now for the promise of later. And most people, weak people, are slaves to now. They spend their money on things they don't need. They waste their time on meaningless entertainment. They trade their future for comfort in the present, and then they wonder why they are stuck, why they never rise, why they live at the mercy of others. But you must think differently. You must weaponize patience. Every time you say no to a distraction, you gain strength. Every time you invest instead of waste, you build power. Every time you choose discipline over desire, you move one step closer to freedom. The powerful know how to wait. They plant seeds today, knowing the harvest will come years later. They build in silence, stacking brick after brick, while others laugh and waste time. And when the day comes, the world sees a fortress, a kingdom, a legacy. Understand this, patience is not weakness. Patience is strategy. It is psychological warfare. When your enemies burn themselves out chasing quick results, you remain steady. When others get distracted by cheap rewards, you remain focused. When they quit because success didn't come fast enough, you endure, and endurance always wins. Always. So train your mind to resist the pull of instant gratification. Train your spirit to wait while still working. Train your willpower to value the marathon over the sprint, because those who can wait control everything. Section 7. Silence and strategy, moving in shadows until results are undeniable. A warrior does not reveal every strike. A king does not announce every move, and you must not broadcast your grind. Silence is strategy. Silence is protection. Silence is power. In a world where everyone shouts, everyone posts, everyone shows their every step, the one who moves in silence becomes dangerous. Because no one knows what's coming. They see fragments, rumors, shadows, but never the full picture. And by the time they realize what you've been building, it's too late. Here's the truth. When you reveal your plans too early, you invite resistance. You invite doubt. You invite sabotage. People can't destroy what they don't see, but they can poison what you expose. So you must learn the art of quiet construction. Train in silence. Build in silence, sacrifice in silence, and when the results arrive, let them speak for you. Let the evidence of your discipline strike harder than words ever could. Understand this, silence is not weakness, it is control. The loud are desperate for attention. The silent are confident in their path. The loud want validation now, the silent know validation comes later. History remembers the conquerors who moved with precision, not noise. The generals who strategized in the dark before striking at dawn. The leaders who kept their vision hidden until it was too powerful to stop. you must do the same. Keep your circle small, share little, work relentlessly. And when the time comes, reveal everything not with words, but with undeniable results. Because the loudest revenge is silence, followed by success. So from this moment, let your silence become your weapon. Let your strategy remain hidden. And when the world least expects it, let your victory be the explosion they never saw coming. Section 8. Success as revenge. Why winning? Quietly burns. The deepest revenge is not loud. It is not throwing words back at your doubters. It is not shouting at those who betrayed you. It is not proving them wrong with arguments. The purest revenge is success. When you rise, when you win, when you achieve everything they swore you never could, your very existence becomes the reminder of their failure. Your silence becomes the sword that cuts deeper than any insult could. Understand this. People who doubted you will never admit it openly. They will never tell you they wanted to see you fail. But inside they will feel the burn. Because every step you take toward greatness is proof that they were wrong. And being wrong about you will eat them alive. This is why the most powerful revenge is not about confrontation. It's about transformation. You don't need to fight them directly. You don't need to argue. You don't need to convince. You simply become undeniable. Your success is their punishment. Your discipline is their torment. Your growth is their regret. The beauty of this strategy is that it requires no wasted energy. While they spend their lives gossiping, doubting, and wishing you'd quit, you are focused, consistent, unshakable. And when the day comes, your results crush them without you lifting a finger. But here's the secret. Revenge is not even about them. It's about you. It's about using their doubt as fuel, their betrayal as fire, their disbelief as motivation. You turn their negativity into the very energy that propels you forward. And when you finally stand on the mountain, looking down at the very people who laughed at you, who doubted you, who betrayed you, there is no need to say a word. The victory speaks for itself, so let them talk, let them mock, let them underestimate you, because one day, your silence will scream louder than their noise ever could. And that day will be the day of your ultimate revenge. Success. Section 9. Transformation into the unstoppable. Becoming. What they never saw coming. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to be comfortable with the same small life that everyone else accepts without question. You were meant to become a force, a quiet storm, an unstoppable presence that rearranges the world simply by existing. Transformation is not instant. It is not cinematic. There is no single montage that makes you invincible. Transformation is accumulation. It is the small daily betrayals of comfort, the tiny victories that stack into a fortress, the quiet moments of refusing to quit when everything inside you begs for surrender. First, understand what unstoppable really means. It doesn't mean you will never fall. It means you will never stay down. It means you will collect your wounds like medals and learn from them. It means every failure becomes a blueprint, not a tombstone. Unstoppable is not a state of perfect success. It is a habit of relentless recovery. Begin by forging identity. Most people chase success as if it's a thing to be found outside themselves. The truly unstoppable create success from the inside out. They say, "I am the kind of person who shows up." They repeat it until the sentence becomes the marrow in their bones. Replace "I will try" with "I do." Replace "I hope" with "I act." Identity is the engine. Habits are the fuel. Discipline is the road. Next, cultivate ruthless consistency. The world honors momentum. It doesn't care about flashes of brilliance. It rewards persistent force. Show up every day. Do the work even when it is meaningless. Build systems so that your life runs on repeat toward the outcome you want. Systems remove emotion from the equation. Systems make you unstoppable because they force progress, even when your feelings betray you. Then, develop emotional armor. People will try to break you with words, betrayal, and doubt. Do not hand them your heart on a platter. Learn the art of detachment, not as coldness, but as clarity. Protect your attention. Your attention is the currency of progress. Guard it as if your life depends on it, because it does. When someone attempts to bait you into reaction, withhold the reaction. Return to work. Return to mastery. That restraint is power disguised as patience. Master the inner calculus of risk. Unstoppable people are not reckless. They are calculated. They take risks because they value asymmetry. Small losses for outsized gains. They understand that true growth lives outside the comfort zone. They learn to move deliberately into discomfort, to test limits, and to expand them with surgical precision. Risk becomes a tool, not a gamble. Surround yourself with selective proximity. You do not need an army, only the right few. A small circle of truth tellers, the kind who will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. People who hold standards, demand accountability, and refuse to let your excuses stand. Choose allies who elevate you, not enablers who keep you small. Then embrace adaptive thinking. The unstoppable are not rigid. They are learners. They read, they study, they change. When an approach fails, they extract lessons, iterate, and pivot. They treat life like a laboratory where each experiment yields data. This humility, this willingness to be wrong and fix it, is a secret weapon. It makes your growth exponential. Practice the long view. Most people live like the present is the entire story. The unstoppable live by decades. They play the long game. They invest in future reputation, in skills that compound, in relationships that mature. Short-term losses are acceptable if they buy durable advantage. This perspective turns temporary defeat into necessary tuition for future victory. Cultivate presence and silence in the same breath. Unstoppable people can be both ferocious and calm. They move with purpose, not noise. In the world obsessed with broadcasting, your composed intensity will be mistaken for ease or luck. The truth is, luck favors the prepared. Your silence masks a plan. Your calm conceals a relentless machine of preparation. Finally, make humility a strategy. Pride gets headlines. Humility builds empires. The unstoppable are not boastful. They let results do the bragging. They credit others when appropriate. They learn when possible. And they accept responsibility when things go wrong. This humility keeps allies close, critics at bay, and the ego from destroying the very engine of their success. Now imagine this. After months, years of quiet work, you stand at a threshold. People notice you differently. Opportunities come that never did before. Doors that were once shut now unlock. But here is the real test. Will you change because of the reward? Will you let external success hollow you out? Or will you stay the deliberate architect of your destiny? Unstoppable means you are both the architect and the builder. Never satisfied, always sharpening. The climb never really ends. Each summit reveals the next mountain. And that is the beauty. You become addicted to growth, to the process, to the becoming. Not for validation, not for revenge, but because the chase reveals the truth of who you are. So keep walking. Keep building in silence. Keep embracing the hard. Turn their doubt into your oxygen. Convert their mockery into momentum. Become the kind of person whose presence forces history to take notice. They will never see you coming because you moved like the shadow of inevitability. And when you arrive, you are not a surprise. You are the consequence of ruthless consistency, calculated risk, unshakable discipline, and hundreds of small decisions made perfectly in private. Becoming unstoppable is not a destination. It is a commitment, a decision to wake up every day and choose the uncomfortable path because you understand what waits on the other side. Power, freedom, and a life that once lived removes any doubt about the cost of mediocrity. This is the transformation. This is the ascension. This is becoming what they never saw coming. Section 10. Their regret, your ascension. The final victory of walking and winning alone. There will come a day when the silence breaks. Not with words, but with results, not with explanations, but with undeniable proof. And on that day, the people who doubted you will remember their whispers. The people who mocked you will remember their laughter. The people who betrayed you will remember how easily they dismissed you. Their regret will not be loud. It will be quiet, silent, hidden in the way they look at you, the way their smile falters, the way they avoid your eyes. Because nothing stings more than realizing they underestimated someone who refused to quit. Understand this: their regret is not your goal, your ascension is. But the regret comes anyway. It comes naturally when your success exposes their weakness, when your resilience magnifies their fragility, when your rise reminds them of their surrender. And in that moment, you will understand why you had to walk alone, why the betrayal was necessary, why the isolation was a gift, why the silence was power, because everything you endured was shaping you for this exact outcome, to stand tall, unshakable, undeniable. This is ascension, not just success, but elevation, rising so far above the noise, above the doubt, above the limitations, that no one can touch you. You become proof of what discipline, silence, and persistence can create. And here is the ultimate truth: once you have ascended, there is no going back. You will never again crave their approval. You will never again beg for their validation. You will never again seek their permission, because you now understand that walking alone was the price of becoming unstoppable. So let them regret it. Let them wish they had treated you differently. Let them replay their words in silence. That is their burden, not yours. Your burden is victory. Your burden is greatness. Your burden is the responsibility of proving that anyone, if they are willing to walk alone, suffer in silence and rise with patience, can ascend. This is your time. This is your story. This is your proof. Walk alone. Win alone. Let them regret it. Closing call to action, spoken at the end. If this message struck something deep inside you, then carry it with you into the days ahead. And before you leave, I ask only 3 things. Like this video to help spread the fire. Comment below with your own original motivational quote. Your words may be the spark someone else needs. And turn on notifications so you never miss future videos from Stoic Life. Your journey is yours alone. But here, you are never alone in the pursuit of greatness.